So all the way back in February when the new scoring system came out, we made a new trophy lodge, and since then, we've gotten a diamond of almost every species in there, but we're still missing a couple, and I wanted to continue working on those today. So we're out here on Aurora National Park, but we're not going to actually be here for long because I came out here last night to pretty much hunt chamois and try to get respawns because that is the last species we're missing off of this map, and things got a lot more interesting than a normal respawn hunt. All that grinding that we've done over the past several weeks just shooting probably hundreds of chamois at this point seems to have finally paid off with this guy. He's a 58 to 66. I think that might be the dark brown fur type, which is one of my least favorites, but honestly anything at this point, after the amount that we've shot, I'll take, and I believe the diamond requirement is 58.0, so with that estimate, I can't see a way that he won't make it, but I thought it would be fun to maybe try to take him with the muzzleloader, so we gotta use the round balls, which the max you can zero for is 100 meters. And we'll have to sneak in good and close to make that shot, but I think those are the bigger horns. Let's take a look with the Argus scope. They look like a little more massive than the horns on the one we shot in the beta, and the one in the beta was like 58.6 or something. Like, it wasn't very big, so I'm hoping that's the case. But we'll get over here hopefully into about 100. We'll see if we can take him out with a muzzleloader. I'm really not 100% sure, but the horns just look like thicker to me than what we got before. But we're in pretty much to 100. I don't want to get any closer and risk him noticing us, so just kind of getting in front of this brush. He's still completely calm, and let's actually let him go and drink one more time here. And when he lifts his head, we're going to try to tuck this like right behind the shoulder. I really hope that there's nothing weird about the muzzleloader now, because I wouldn't have expected him to drop with like the 243, and the bullet stats are quite similar, actually. While we're reloading, what is the expansion? Oh, okay, it's way more than the 243. The 243 expansion is like 4, I think, so that kind of makes sense, and that is Vital Blood, so I can't see any way this doesn't make diamond. But those are nice thick horns. 60.8, and he's actually a max weight. But yeah, no doubt, those are the bigger horns. That's a really nice diamond chamois. Lung and liver with the round balls. It's not the fur type I wanted, that's for sure. So that kind of completes everything from talking about the beta being like Silver Ridge Peaks. We got a Honeytones diamond chamois, which I wanted, and a brown diamond feral pig, which I wanted. But we'll taxidermize that guy so I don't forget. We now have a diamond of everything from Aurora National Park. And I think, I'm not sure if the feral pigs have like a bigger and smaller tusks, but the diamond feral pig we shot was pretty good. The diamond chamois is pretty good. We've killed some good sized diamond feral goats by now, and our diamond sika was actually quite nice as well, so definitely can't complain. We haven't shot a ton of diamonds off this map, but the ones that we've gotten have been pretty good sized. I already forget if I said anything about it, but that was the same lake where we shot the diamond in the beta, so go figure. We actually got one there in the live game as well, and bigger, even though it's not one of my favorite fur types. But you may be wondering then, why we're bothering to start on Aurora National Park at all. And it's because of something I saw while I was doing the run for respawns, and it's that chamois right back in there, which probably looks normal enough, just a good sized female, but that one, if I'm not mistaken, remembering the score estimate, is a melanistic, so we're gonna try to get a lung shot in there on her. Hopefully we got that. They take a while to start dropping, so I would say we definitely got single lung. And the spot that I put the diamond chamois in the trophy lodge, because I did go back and already place it, there's another plaque beside it, and I didn't know what to put there, and then I remembered this melanistic chamois that was there, and I left it because of course I was shooting males for respawns. But now, since we got our diamond, I wanted to come back, and that should make gold. I think the estimate was at minimum gonna make it, but we definitely shot the right one. That's actually got nice tall horns on it. Let's see what we got for that. 53 actually. Not bad. I can't tell if it's perfectly even, it didn't look it. The horn length is same. I guess it is. It looked a little bit funny at range. I guess that does have like that weird little twist in it on both sides. But that's a really good size one. We'll go ahead and taxonomize that, and we're going to put that beside our diamond, and it's taken me a little while to kind of get used to it because most species aren't this way, but they're kind of like gemsbuck where both male and female can get good sized, and I think a good sized rare female, even though rare chamois aren't really that rare, I think it's still worth displaying in the trophy lodge. And now that that's out of the way, we are going to go ahead and change maps, and I think we're going to go to Medved and hunt musk deer, because we did do a red fox hunt fairly recently, and we actually haven't gone for musk deer in a while now. I'm trying to remember, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the last time we did any content on musk deer was the Twitch stream where we shot the Troll Level 5 moose, and since then, moose have actually been fixed, and I believe they've probably done a pop reset to fix them. So potentially, anything as far as moose that we see out here on Medved is new, because we've hunted Yukon and we've hunted Layton, but we've not come out here at all, so that's something else to pay attention to as we go across here, because there's still plenty of the big plaques in the trophy lodge that I want to fill. But there's a couple of areas for musk deer that I want to focus on, because I came out here last night after the diamond chamois and went and shot a bunch of musk deer for respawns, and I kind of focused on like down here and the ice across the north. So I want to go to all the lakes here beside the crater, because I've had really good musk deer numbers down here, and then the other spot I want to go to is that big lake up here, and just kind of run around it, because it's actually produced a lot of musk deer for me as well, and hopefully at least this first lake isn't a sign of things to come, and hopefully there's going to be more at the others. They're just so little, they can hide incredibly well, and we spooked that guy at some point. Just a level 1, so not going to be anything special, but everyone we can get is going to be huge for respawns, because you just don't see a lot of males. They're kind of like grizzly bear or some of the other species. It just seems like way over 50% are female, and just when I'm hunting them, I see a ton of females and like the occasional male, so any of those opportunities we got to take. But that is actually a lot more reassuring to get something at the first lake, because when I was doing, I think it was when I was actually looking more for lynx, I came down here a few times and it did seem like the lakes surrounding this crater had some of the best numbers. So to start off with none would have been a little bit disappointing. I mean, this is just what we're going to deal with probably throughout the entire video, because they're always shorter than the reeds. I don't know how that completely missed, but he actually might give us a better angle there. Not much of one, but I think we made it work. It's just that, like, if you're not looking exactly where they are, and sometimes even if you are looking there, you just got to get like the spot animal prompt there from the binoculars, you'll just miss them because they're that little. But that's kind of the name of the game with them, because I try to be efficient with like any of the grinding that I do, so I'm generally running around. I could walk to all the lakes, but then I'm just not going to cover as much ground in the same period of time, so I tend to kind of accept the fact that we are going to spook a bunch of them, and just try to make the shots when we get the chances. And at least so far, it hasn't gotten us too badly. The one we spooked and didn't see, but it happened to warning calls, so I looked back. And this guy actually cooperated and ran across the ice, so got the lung shot. And now we are going towards lakes that the wind is going to be better, so that'll help us at least some. So this is a little more problematic when they start running around in the trees. I got his track, and that's the only reason I knew he was here. That'll do good enough, but there's not going to be a lot of times where we can find them quickly enough, because if we have to track him, you know, way over into here, it just ends up being a waste of time. But that wasn't too bad, and again, going back to what I said earlier, when we get those opportunities, we just have to take them, because we're not going to kill a ton of male musk deer, and there even is a second one here. We'll just check. He's a common. I'm sure it's fresh. We'll look for like a little bit, but we're on limited time, so I don't want to spend much time tracking him. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm not sure about getting a shot in there just yet, but at least finding him. Running a little bit weird, like the terrain slopes. We definitely hit him. I think it's going to be just a little bit back. He's going down, but what I did was actually mark the next lake I wanted to go to. And if we were going to get really much past this, I was just going to give up on it, but we're hardly even going to be out of position here. We'll just have to cut down to our right a bit, so that's not too bad. I can't imagine, unless it was like straight liver, that he would have lived that long from anything vital. Yeah, intestines, so that one is a gold that we lost out on. But the harvest is the important thing, so hopefully he comes back as something bigger. And yeah, I mean, we're a little bit off track, but to go and get one extra one, I think it's worth it. Now it seems like that was an even better decision because there's just nothing here for male musk deer. I had 2 different sets of female tracks, but I think that's about it for this lake. And we didn't have a lot of time to waste, so we're going to get up here. And this spot's been very hit or miss. Sometimes I have a ton of male musk deer up here, sometimes it's just a couple, so I'm hoping it's going to be more on the ton of male musk deer side of things. Not the best start with the being a level 1, but we'll definitely not complain about a male. And we actually brought the air gun. Shot over that. Haven't had a ton of opportunities to use it really, a lot of them have been fleeing. So now that we'll be in areas where we can see farther and potentially not have to be spooking every single one, we might actually get some use out of it. So that almost had to be like 120 meters. It was 146. I don't know why that first shot went over him, because it's pretty much dead on that first mill dot down at 150. I don't really have a clue why that happened. I was thinking maybe we ranged through it because it's such a small target, maybe we just weren't on it, but we were. I'm not really sure what the deal is with that, but I want to go at least up to like this spot, because I went up here fairly recently and shot just a ton of male musk deer, and I don't know like what's respawned or if any of them are going to be in the same area, but I want to look. And then I think, like, you can see all the drink zones on this side. I do want to go back along that way because I think there's more in general, but I want to at least check this spot first. The only reason we even have this guy here is because I do run this little stretch fairly often, kind of just when I need to clear pressure in the other areas. And I did know there were some zones over here. So at least we got that. And I want to go down to that waypoint there. So I made it pretty much all the way over here to where I talked about. And there's just kind of nothing, which happens fairly often. But down in here, I have had a lot of success there as well. And I think at least, it's 6 o'clock now. We have till 7 for the early zones and 7:30 for the late zones. As long as we fast travel back to this lodge, we should be able to run the rest in time. It does make it a little more interesting, at least taking them with the air gun. That time, pretty much the exact same range, it hit perfectly. 14 below gold. I really don't know what happened on that, but I thought that guy might have had some amount of a chance to make it. It's always possible to just miss them because they are so little, but I think that's the only one here. I've had as many as 3 males in that zone, so I was kind of hoping for more. But I definitely won't complain about another male. And then, yeah, it's 6:13. It's gonna be close, but I think at the least we can get up around to this zone. And we'll see if we can get down this side and check out these couple, but that's usually just a couple of females for me, so I'm not super worried about getting to there. You can see though, this is a good area for them. It's just like, getting up through it is the same as where we started. Mostly you just can't see them in time. A lot of times they do drink right down in the reeds, and they end up spooking, and I just think that's usually better left for like kind of grinding and not put in videos, because so much of it is just like messing up golds and stuff, so I don't really care to do a ton of that. So that's kind of my clear pressure and try to get some respawns area. I was kind of hoping that would be more than just a 1, because we had a warning call and he spooked, and it just happened so quickly. I thought it was going to be like a higher scoring one. But we've done okay as far as like when they do spook, we've been able to get a shot quickly and not have to spend a bunch of time either tracking or just in general like trying to catch up with them. And I think we're at 8 males now so far, which is not bad. Like I did that entire run last night. I think I killed maybe 10 or 11. So we're probably on pace to do at least that well. I think one of the biggest things with these guys is just like the amount of areas they can be in. Because like compared to the chamois, if you hunt them in their drink times, there's like 5 or 6 lakes, not very many, that they'll drink at. Whereas the musk deer, you've got like the entire ice up in the north, all the ice surrounding this area. I know they can be over in here, and pretty much any of the lakes. So, you know, there could be a level 3 on this map. There could have been for the last 6 months. and it might be like someplace I never go to. Like, I would say these lakes are the least hunted for musk deer, and I know they live there. It's just like the areas that I choose to focus on don't tend to be those ones. So it's difficult to imagine, because as we do this, even though I've done dozens of runs for them by now, I'm still discovering new zones. But that's musk deer number 9, all male of course. And I don't know, like, do I want to go all the way around to there? I'm almost sure that zone has like 1 female in it. Pretty sure I haven't shot it. So that would be the one right there. Let's check and see if that's the case. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna go all the way around, just because we're down to like 15 minutes left. Let's actually go down here. I had 2 males here the last time, which is better than any of my recent runs, so maybe there'll be something. Or, unless I'm just not seeing one, maybe there won't be. There's at least 6 musk deer at this lake. All are female, because there's a 6th one right there. A lot of times, though, they are just hidden. So one of these reindeer is a male. It's that guy right there. I do have the M1. Let's just get him, because so often I'll spook the musk deer out of here, and then there will actually be a male in the area, so we're lucky we even got a lung there. Kind of missed the neck bone that I wanted. But nothing running out of there is a musk deer. There's a couple of bears leaving, the reindeer, but it looks like all of the musk deer that are leaving are the same females, so no luck there. We still definitely have time to get back to this little lake in here, which again I mostly have female musk deer at, but maybe there'll be a new respawn. But actually, to be 100% honest, I've wanted to shoot this guy for a while. I just like the rack. Like, I wish more of the bigger ones had shovels like this, like the top ones. I don't know that any of the ones that can make diamond do, but I like those. But anyway, it is 6:59. That's the reindeer zone showing, so I don't know if it's a later musk deer zone or not. We'll kind of just hurry our way over there and try to see. It's hard to say whether we spooked that guy from his zone or if he was already leaving. Must have just missed that, so I don't know if we can get a shot in there now. It's gonna be tough. We might be able to hit him at least. I wanted to maybe wait till he calmed down, but I wasn't sure we were gonna get any better, so it worked out in the end. That's the second time we've whiffed a shot and then gotten the follow-up that worked. That's that max weight female that I always see, and I just don't shoot it because I just apparently get albino female musk deer to spawn, and I would actually like a rare musk deer for the lodge at some point during this time and grind. But that brings us to 10 musk deer. Kind of got back into the liver and lung there, and I think we'll try it anyway. I haven't shot a male musk deer here in a long time, so I don't know where to fast travel to and have a chance. Honestly, probably up here. I haven't even gone here in a little bit, so we'll try. This was just a scenario where I knew there was one in here. He warning called a couple of times, and I just couldn't see him. So, pretty much just spooked him out of there. Get a couple of hits in him to bring him down quicker. And that may very well be it. It's 7:30 now, so even the late zones are going to be done. There's so many drink zones around here. Most of them aren't musk deer. I think there's one... Yeah, that spot right there. We'll give it like a last-ditch effort and see. But in all likelihood, any that are there are going to be gone. And I didn't even look. That is a 7:31, so there's a chance, I would say. And as much as I'd like to look at the shot, I want to get over there as quickly as possible, because they're not like other species. You could see like a brown bear if it was starting to trot away. But a musk deer that maybe would have been in the open, as soon as it gets into brush, it's just about as good as gone. You just can't see them behind anything, because everything is bigger than them. So we'll kind of make a quick scan around everything. And I'm not seeing any, so we're just going to make a beeline for that zone. It seems like it's all just reindeer tracks, so that might actually be it. I'm not sure we're going to be able to find anything in among all these, and we spooked the reindeer out here already, so I guess we'll actually head back to the trophy lodge. We did end up with 11 male musk deer, which for like one single run, I'll take that every time. A lot of times I don't get that many, so that wasn't bad. Nothing huge, but a good number of them, and I think that's pretty much, other than getting a diamond, about the best case scenario. but I'm just super excited to finally have that diamond chamois out of the way. It's actually kind of cool to see because we don't often taxidermize females. You can really see the body size difference just from that. Like, the male is just a lot bigger. Just his neck and his head and everything. And those horns. It's kind of crazy to me that the female's even a 53, because that guy's only 60. And he just looks way bigger, but I'm really happy with that. Other than the fur type, which I'm not going to complain about because the amount of chamois we shot, getting any diamond, I'm definitely pleased with. That's about everything I could ask for. He's got the bigger horns, and like, I just really like the curl on them. I think they're really cool species, but yeah, I like those two up there. I don't know if they'll stay there forever. I've mentioned it a couple of times recently. I do want to do a stream at some point, maybe in the next couple of months, where we just take everything down in the trophy lodge and like kind of redo it. So they'll probably find a new home eventually, but I like that for now. To trophy chamois, even though the melanistic part maybe isn't super rare, still a good sized female and the diamonds. So yeah, got that done. Everything from Aurora as far as diamonds we have now in the trophy lodge, and maybe some progress on getting a diamond mustifer in here as well. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.